Maria Sharapova showed her great battling qualities again in her 6-4, 6-love win over Lina in the China Open semi-final on Saturday. The number 2 seed from Russia got into a little trouble in the third game of the first set when she double-faulted twice to give Lina a 2-1 lead. They battled for about 13 minutes in the fourth game, the longest of the match, before Lina rallied to a 3-1 lead. But Sharapova fought back to break her opponent in the 6th and 10th game to win the first set. She then maintained her momentum and handed Lina a love game by winning 8 consecutive games.
I've played Lina many times before, so I think it's just about knowing what has worked against her in the past and trying to use that. And being hurt the last couple of times before that, I had a few losses. So it's just really, it's not so much important to focus on what your opponent is doing, more so of trying to be confident in your game and enforcing that during the match. I mean, Lina has so much experience. She's a Grand Slam champion, so there's going into the match that this is going to be a difficult match. She certainly is capable of playing high-level tennis. So it's important to try to keep that level as long as you can during the match.
Sharapova, who completed her career Grand Slam by winning the French Open in June this year, says she learned to be a fighter at a very young age.
I've been in the sport for so many years since I was young, and I moved to a new country when I was 7 years old, so I had to, there were a lot of things I had to kind of battle through and be on my own and kind of mature by myself. And in that time, I mean, I learned a lot about being competitive and not just in the sport but in life as well, and whether it's trying to eat faster than others, or if there's a competition, win a board game. I've always had a really competitive spirit, and as far as tennis is just where I feel like the court is where I belong and where I really want to compete and fight, no matter what the score is or situation is, whether I'm down, it can be match point. I still always believe that I can turn it around.
Sharapova will play against top seed Victoria Azarenka in the final. Azarenka of Belarus beat Marion Bartoli of France 6-4, 6-2 in the other semi-final.
Yeah, I think we had an excellent match. In US Open it was really close, and it was that stage of a tournament also that both of us really wanted to win, so it was competitive. And tomorrow is going to be another case. Fighting for the title. It's always you give it all, and in the final anything can happen. And Maria is an excellent player. She's a huge fighter, and we all know that she's a very tough opponent to play. And but honestly, to have somebody like her in the final, it's a privilege, to have that challenge.
This will be the third meeting between Sharapova and Azarenka in a final this year. Sharapova lost to Azarenka in the 2 previous finals.